Hey guys, Jesse from PPG here, and I just got third place at YCS Toronto. I went 8-2 in Swiss, and then won out obviously into the top 4. Lost that match there, and then won the playoff for the prize card. So shout outs to Pro Play Games, my sponsor, and to Ultra Pro. Got the Ultra Pro sleeves they gave us for Top Cut instead of the national sleeves. So let's go into the deck profile. So 2 rats because it's pure zoo. Obviously you just want to play more zoos. Only 2 Thoroughblades because I didn't want to draw too many monsters, although I lost because I didn't have a monster in deck on my last round. There are a few times where the third one would have helped a lot, but at the same times, like, I lost a few games to drawing too many monsters even with playing the minimal. So I don't know, it's controversial. And 3 of tails obviously, and then the last monster is Maxi as the card's broken. 10 monsters, 3 Barrage, 3 Tenki, 3 Cosmic, so I think it's really good against Draco, so you play it, and like it's still decent against Pirzu, although you sided out against Pirzu. 3 Pianissimo, a lot of people weren't playing it, but it is really good against Draco variants. And also what's really good about it is that it protects monsters from dying by battle, which actually came up like a lot. Even though it's easy to play around, it's very impactful. I won a few games by like using this card in weird ways, like some guy went Third Blade, make a dry and swing into my Hammer Kong, and I Pianissimo'd my Hammer Kong so we couldn't destroy it. And I did this in the damage step, so you couldn't chain the Trident, and then my Trident couldn't be destroyed now by couldn't be targeted because the Hammer Kong couldn't be destroyed in general, so he couldn't answer my board, and he lost, so acted as a barrier basically. And then I also beat a guy who Pianissimo'd his own Hammer Kong. Enemy controller took the Hammer Kong and then killed his board with his own Hammer Kong because it couldn't be destroyed or targeted. So that's pretty cool. 3 Shelfer Reborns. It's really good to break Floodgate Trap Hole, so it's why I want to play 3. It's also an extender, and the deck's built to be pure zoo, so I don't want a lot of cards that are also good against Draco Zoo. This is one of them, lets you extend to kill Masterpiece. 3 enemy controllers. This card was insane. It goes through Floodgate Trap Hole, it steals boards with the Trident. Also, you take a monster, even if it gets buried, you make Mrs. Radiant, which is way better than it used to be. And Mrs. is really good because it floats. Like, even if you don't have a monster in your hand, you can get one back. So it was really good. It's also defensive, like you can take their monster. And I won 1 game in top 16. My opponent opened up like Rat Diagram for the rank 4 play with the barrier and a Masterpiece. And I broke it with like Econ Shell for 1 Pianissimo. The guy's enemy controlled the trap monster Masterpiece, swung over his monster, and then banished Tenki from the grave, popped the card, and like, that's really good. And then Shuffleboard, shuffle back the Masterpiece. I played Regeki. I played 42 cards last minute. This card sucked. This is one of the last minute cards. I really wish I didn't play it. I talked into it. 3 Desires. This is the other like 40-second card. I only played 2 of them, but I put the 3rd one in. I hate and love this card. It's really, really good to draw and like wins you a lot of games, but I also like double desired a lot, and it was like really bad. Even though I ended up winning those games. And there was one game I desired in top 4, 6 monsters, when I had 3 in hand, and then just drew 2 Tenkis, and the next turn I drew Barrage, and I lost. I only played 9, right, so that's just game over for me. Soul Charge, obviously. I think Bookman's really good, because you can use it offensively for Tridents, but obviously booking any Exceed monster is really good. And then 1 combo, I think 2 is Bricky. I think the biggest issue with this deck is just like not being able to play going second, and as good as combo is, playing 2 of them really just factors to that not being able to play going second. Just another card you could dead draw, so even though 2 seems good, 1 was just better in terms of consistency. I never really came up to need 2. I never ran out of zoos and lost because of it. Or zoo exceeds, I ran out of monsters in the main deck once. 1 Torrential. I think this card's really good going first and second. I think all these traps are actually 3 Barrier, Torrential, 3 Floodgates. They just basically all do the same thing where your opponent's turn just becomes nullified. Either you can't play with these or you just kill everything. And the best way to answer one of these cards your opponent has it is to have one of your own. So that's why I just maxed out on 7 copies of these and won me a lot of games. This card especially was like one of the best main decked because people didn't expect it, and if you just hit a monster face down and they don't main deck outs to it, or they don't have a Shuffleboard in the grave, you can just win the duel there. You can wait for like 5 turns, get a second one of these, break the board, or just deck them out, which I did to Blair Hunter in the top 4 playoff, game 1, and I did to one of my friends the rounds before, where I just sat in this for 20 turns and just went into time and won. So that's the main deck, 42 cards. I didn't main deck any hand traps besides Maxi. I think they're really bad in the Zoo mirror, and they're still like only average against Draco Zoo. So yeah, I side some of them. Warning's going first. The card's amazing. Never do it though. At least I don't remember drawing it. Macro, it's good against Draco variants. And 3 deflectors. This card's really good. Those are also going first. I don't think I ever sided any of them and going second. 3 Ash and Ogre. Whenever I play against Draco variants, I play this in. But going first or second. Only 1 Ogre because I thought it was worse than Ash. And I didn't want to play too many hand traps. They were decent, but they weren't amazing. And the last 6 cards, these cards were really good, were the 6 Kaijus. I think Slumber is one of the best cards right now. It's way better than Rejecting Dark Hole. Getting the Kaijus out is really huge, playing around barriers and floodgates and such. Also, you can use this for links, you can add it back to Mrs. Radiant. And this one also loses attack as Mrs. Radiant, so they have synergy. I won a lot of games with the Kaijus, like even drawing 2 in the special summoning a 3300 beat stick won me a lot of games. My top 8 feature match I won because I opened 3 Kaijus and I was like, oh, this sucks. And then if you ordered me, I just Kaiju his board, summoned my own Kaiju, summoned a rat, comboed off, and then just like broke his board. He couldn't kill his order. So these like were the best. I won, I think, every game I drew Slumber as well. So yeah. Extra deck's pretty standard. I played no rank 4s because even though you can Barrage is a 1 card rank 4 plus Trident, I figured like they were just better options. I'd rather be able to set up combos in Mrs. Radiance and not waste resources. So 3 Tridents, 3 Bulls, 3 Chalconines. These are the best ones. Bobble's like not as good as these 2, but you still play 3. It's better than the other ones. And then 2 Tigers comes up a lot, really good. You could argue maybe 3s, but I don't know. Tamakong, this card is a necessity at 2 now. It's really good at 2, just because like, you play around Pinissimo and Whiptail with this. I won a few games just because my opponent had a Giant with no materials, and they didn't realize to equip the Whiptail then. I just dropped this, and they swung over it and couldn't do anything. Yeah, also, beating Pinissimo is really good. It's like if you floodgate their monster, and that's like, it has a Whiptail under it, you want to have a Hammerkong up and attack it. That way they can't. If Pinissimo and the monster flips up, and the band is your monster and they live, like that's just really bad for you. So yeah, you need to make sure, like this card is really good at 2. And you also want to make this turn 1, like play around Pinissimo. And Borbo is a name, never used it to attack directly, and then Mrs. Radiant, obviously. So yeah, that's the deck. Thank you guys so much, and shout out to PPG and Ultra Pro.
I played just double Dragoons, 3 of these, just 1 and 1.